again, Internet Lovelies. Alex Kenis here to bring you yet another Solamors studio update. So we're getting real close to the end of the recording process here, actually. We finished up the core vocals the second week of June, so we've just been doing some punch-ins and edits on the drums in the meantime. I've been doing a little bit of keyboard stuff. The guitars are all done and all that. So yeah, we have a little bit of prep work before we head into the edit phase pre-mix. But lest you think we forgot about you, now it's time to give you a little bit of... I won't go into too great a detail since I did the entire bass recording process in a blog that you can dig up a link on our Facebook page, but I'll hit on a couple little things that I didn't mention there, and of course I'll show you a little bit of a performance clip. So here it is. One thing that I miss, and I mentioned this in the blog, is I miss hearing the bass in the mix. And a lot of modern recordings, they blend it in and treat it more as a support instrument. We want to be able to go back and forth between having it be a support instrument and giving it a little bit more presence in the mix. So, like I said in the blog, we're splitting up all the bass tracks. There's going to be at least 3 per song, and we're going to fade up the sounds or fade down the sounds depending on what we need. So one's going to be like real punchy and clangy, and the other one's going to be a little bit more mid-rangey, and then there's just one track of just like thump, and the mid-range track is going to be pretty heavily distorted. The thump track is that's clean. So I don't think I talked about picks in that blog. So what I use are a combination of a 3mm big stubby pick, a 0.73mm regular shape Tortex pick, and the H3 Jazz 3 style Tortex picks. The big stubby I use for faster sections because it comes off the strings a little smoother and it doesn't have a whole lot of pick scrape. If I'm looking for something that's a little bit scrapier or thumpier, or for like a real fast tremolo picked part, I'll use the Flexier 0.73 standard shape Tortex pick because it evens out the picking a little bit. The big stubby is pretty relentless when it comes to, or I should say unforgiving, when it comes to if you dig in a little bit too hard on one of the notes and there's no reason to mess up the rhythm or something like that. But a couple of the other parts I do a little bit of thumb slapping and popping, not too much, just on some of the chug sections to kind of give it that thwap, and some finger style stuff depending on what I'm doing. A lot of the fast single note support stuff is all picked because it's supporting the guitar, but when I'm trying to either have the bass stand out, or I'm trying to bridge the bass with the drums, or play something that's a little bit more, there's more string skips or like arpeggio shapes, things like that, like root 5th octave, I'll use finger style. Instrument wise, I'm just using a regular old standard Fender P bass and jazz bass, depending on what the part needs or whatever. This song I tracked on the jazz bass because it's a little bit more articulate and there's a lot of fast sections. It's like everything's up over 200 beats a minute for the most part. If you have any other questions, bass players, about our rigs, our setup, or the playing, or the parts, or anything like that on the bass, just ask me on our Facebook page. I'll fill you in. I don't know what else people might want to know. I tried to be as thorough as I could without boring people to death. So anyway, that's all I have for the bass. Thanks for watching the video. See you guys soon.